Welcome to Made in Alpharetta, the only podcast dedicated to showcasing what makes Alpharetta so awesome. Today's show is brought to you by the Alpharetta Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'm your host, Kathleen Sturgeon. Today we're going to be talking about a local restaurant that has boomed in the few years that it's been around, and that includes opening a new location right here in Alpharetta just last week, couple of days ago.
That's right.
So before we jump in, be sure to listen for the secret word during the episode to enter to win a gift card to Kale Me Crazy. And joining me in the studio today is Phil Wahl, the owner of Kale Me Crazy, Alpharetta's location, the Alpharetta location and the Roswell location.
Correct.
You got a lot going on there.
Yeah. Well, hey, Kathleen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Welcome into the studio. I'm pretty excited about this.
Well, thanks very much. And always thrilled to be talking about health and wellness in the community. And that's really what we're all about at Kale Me Crazy. And we've had such a phenomenal response at our Roswell location. A lot of people from Alpharetta don't want to go to the dark side of the 400 and cross it, but they all wanted Kale Me Crazy to come to this side of the 400, and we're here. And we've just opened on January the 3rd. We had our grand opening. We did about 400 free smoothies. Sorry for those that didn't show up, but we were giving away free smoothies. And but anyways, still, since then, we've been doing a lot of samples and so on. So look forward to seeing everyone.
Yeah. So I was doing some research for this episode today, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kale Me Crazy opened in 2013 in Inman Park in Atlanta?
Yes, Inman Park.
I didn't know it was an Atlanta business. That's really cool.
Absolutely. The founder, Roy Shlomo, is a entrepreneur based here in Atlanta. He originally started with the Yogli Mogli chain, the frozen yogurt chain, and he sold that to focus on specifically healthy foods, and saw that this is not a trend like I think a lot of frozen yogurt was and is, and so it's very much all about focused on the new wave of people that are conscious about a healthy lifestyle and having healthy food to be part of that.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely seemed to have hit a nerve with that.
Yes.
Especially around here.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And so is it a franchise? Can you explain the business model?
It is a franchise, yes. And I think I'm the second or third franchise, so I got in early.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just been an absolute joy. I'm fully retired, and
Very
I've
nice.
never worked harder in my life, although I don't call it work. We're the franchise is growing across the country, obviously based here in Atlanta, so most of them are here. I think there's 10 here, and then we're in everywhere from Denver, Colorado, to Alabama, to North Carolina, and in the next 4 or 5 weeks, we'll have 3 more opening: Toco Hills, Smyrna, Vining. So it's definitely on the move as a consumer, and our guests give us a positive thumbs up.
That's awesome. So it began in 2013?
Yes, with the first store, yes.
And now there's more than 20 locations?
And now we're at 19, and we'll be over 20 with the opening of the additional 3.
That's really quick.
Yeah. So I anticipate we'll be over 100, well over 100, within a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, I could see that, definitely.
Yeah,
and so you specifically run the Roswell and the Alpharetta locations.
Correct.
And so why did you want to get into it?
Well, I was an executive at Georgia Pacific and leading a national account organization there, traveling all over the world and seeing a lot of the inside of of an airplane. And I decided that I had retired a lot of people and I wasn't ready to do the traveling and laid back kind of thing, and I needed to be active and vibrant and making a contribution. And Kale Me Crazy was it. I had the opportunity to have lunch with a client of mine who was Howard Schultz at Starbucks. And I asked him, so what's the deal? What's the secret and sauce? What's this for success? He said, give people a positive experience, do something positive for the community, have fun, and make a business out of it. So that's me. That's what I found in Kale Me Crazy. Did a lot of research on the whole health and wellness wave, and we're just seeing it grow. And I contacted a friend of mine at the National Restaurant Association. I said, hey, is this another trend? And she said, absolutely not. People are becoming so much more informed about their food, about what they drink. They're understanding what the food industry is doing to our food with colorants and preservatives and steroids and on and on and on. And then the pharmaceutical industry right after, to sort of help with the results of some of that. So I got into it and really have started to enjoy not only the business, but have also learned an awful lot. I got my whole food plant-based nutrition certification.
Oh, cool.
One of my managers is a nutritionist too. So it's all about understanding the importance of healthy food.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm a vegetarian
Mm-hmm.
and dabbling in the vegan world. I'm not actually vegan, but this is all interesting to me because I've been doing research for the past few years about what goes into our food and all of that. So that's really cool that a restaurant bases their whole business off of that.
Yeah. It's critically important, and there's a couple. I had one of the reasons I got into it. I mean, there's many, but I needed something to do. But I had a sister-in-law who unfortunately passed away from ovarian cancer. Mm-hmm. She did a lot of research too as to what's important from a diet standpoint, to help folks, and things like wheatgrass or sprouts. With her cancer, unfortunately, it was too late. But those are things that will help the body fight the cancer, as opposed to the heavy radiation or chemotherapy, which tends to kill both the healthy cells as well as the bad cells. So, we have a lot of clients, customers that come in that are have heart disease, diabetes, cancer. Those are all food-based illnesses, man-made illnesses. Some definitely there's some people have a predisposition, but it's really the food that triggers a lot of it.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
So, are you from the area? Are you from Alpharetta, Roswell?
We've been here for about 18 years, and we came in from Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, do you like the area? Why did you decide this location would make a good place for these franchises?
Oh, we love the area. We live in Milton.
Okay.
Both my kids graduated from Milton High School, and so we've been local. Love the area because I came here with Georgia Pacific. My daughter is an equestrian. She actually formed one of the Milton High School riding teams. My son has been heavily, has always been in the area, and he's working as my catering manager, and so the family's all close here. So it's good. My wife is an active and regular participant in the Alpharetta Farmers Market, and she does Time on My Hands, which is gardening gifts and birdhouses and that sort of thing. So I've joined her doing the Farmers Market with Kale Me Crazy this summer to sort of promote the coming of our restaurant. Yeah.
That's awesome. So it kind of seems like a family business in a way, and that your whole family kind of takes this seriously.
Yes. My daughter is an attorney. She does my legal work, so
that's nice. I bet you use that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's very useful. So, do you? I feel like this is going to sound really dumb. Do you enjoy eating kale?
The way that we make it, the kale has to be handled properly. First off, we're using a baby kale, so it's a lot sweeter. It's not as sort of tart as a lot of people might think kale is. And then we chop it very, very fine, and then we mix it with our fabulous peanut dressing or a lemon vinaigrette, and then mix it with craisins and carrots and all sorts of good things and peanuts and so on. It's delicious.
Yeah. So
it's absolutely delicious.
Did you learn a lot about kale when you got into this business?
I did. I'm growing it over at Reoswell.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. For anybody who wants to see a wonderful winter garden, I've got kale, I've got radishes, su choy, bok choy, I've got cabbage, I've got broccoli, I've got it all. I actually have a goji berry plant going.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you use those in the
Only
restaurant?
only at home. Only
Oh,
at home.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Huh.
But it's interesting. I mean, this summer I took off probably about 5 bushel baskets of cucumbers and 3 bushel baskets of tomatoes from my plants just in my 3 foot wide by 10 foot section of garden. And it's amazing how many people that just haven't seen that. Kids coming up, oh, is that how a cucumber grows? It's interesting.
Oh, that's
So
cool. My
yeah.
mom grows jalapeno peppers, and
Uh-huh.
it's like crazy how many she can get in a summer.
Yeah.
I always have to bring it to work, like, please take them. There's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
many. We
yeah,
can
yeah.
only eat so many,
Yeah.
per day. But
Yeah.
so, do you guys, you told me earlier that you focus on being GMO free,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed on the menu, obviously, that there's a lot of vegetarian and vegan offerings.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that kind of,
And we're able to modify everything
oh, I didn't know that.
because we're making everything from scratch. So that makes it so we can, so for our acai bowls, for example, it's sprinkled with raw honey. For vegan, they're not going to want the honey, so we can take that off.
Oh, that's cool.
Lots of gluten-free options too. All of our granola, for example, is gluten-free. We have a gluten-free wrap. A wonderful vegan wrap with that's served with tahini sauce that we make in house as well. Yeah.
So do you see a lot of healthy people, like come to the restaurant, or people who are trying to get healthier, or what is the demographic?
I was initially told by the franchisor that it was going to be just millennials, but I have moms that they're coming in pregnant and then that are drinking the fresh juices, our cold pressed juices, and then the kids are coming in, the little 2-year-olds. All they'll drink is our green juice, and then in Roswell, I have a 90-year-old couple that come in twice a week for vegan wraps.
Oh, that's
So all the way
awesome.
from Woodstock.
Wow.
So I would normally tell you that it's largely millennials, and that's a lot of our focus. But it's all age groups are interested in health and wellness and eating healthy.
It looks like you need to open a location in Woodstock
Yeah,
next.
that's right.
Go for number 3, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So we are going to take a brief break and hear a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back. Planning a wedding, reunion, or corporate meeting in Alpharetta? The Alpharetta Convention and Visitor Bureau offers a variety of complimentary event planning resources to help you during your event or meeting planning process. Their expert team will help you find event venues and meeting space around the area, secure group hotel room nights at Alpharetta's 25 hotels, and provide you with free visitor information to share with your Alpharetta hotel guests. Visit awesomealpharetta.com to learn more. Welcome back to Made in Alpharetta. We are in studio today with Phil Wahl, the owner of Kale Me Crazy, Alpharetta and Reoswell. Welcome back.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Didn't go too far, I know.
No.
So can you tell me a little bit about the menu? You guys offer juices, cleanses, wraps. Just tell me all about it.
Salads, acai bowls.
What is acai bowl?
Toast.
Sorry.
Acai bowl is, and a lot of people call it acai, and they mispronounce
Oh,
it.
that's
It's
why.
supposed to, it's pronounced acai, and basically the acai berry is a little bit bigger than bigger than a blueberry.
Okay.
And it comes from South America. And people in Brazil, for example, eat acai bowls all day long. And acai is actually higher in antioxidants than blueberries are. They're more healthy. So we're mixing that with cashews and coconut milk and different ingredients. A lot of people that do sell acai bowls are scraping it out of a pre-mixed bucket. And we're making ours fresh every one at a time, sort of thing. And then adding blueberries and bananas and so on. And then we have 2 different versions. One is the regular is just granola and sprinkled coconut, and then the deluxe is the gluten-free granola, and then the superfoods, blueberries, chia, hemp seeds, almonds, and goji berries. Yeah, it looks beautiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good.
I didn't realize that's how you pronounced it.
And people eat that for breakfast all the way through dinner.
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean,
after church on Sunday, Roswell is packed with people coming for our acai bowls. Yeah.
and you said 100 gallons of cold pressed?
100 gallons of cold pressed juice every day. Yeah. So we get the fruits and vegetables delivered after we've sourced them organic and GMO free. We get that delivered between midnight and 2, and at 6 o'clock we make the 100 gallons of juice and fully bottle everything. And then obviously we're selling that basically every day. We're selling out, so it's constantly fresh. It's constantly turning, so it's as fresh as you can possibly have.
And are the ingredients locally sourced?
Wherever the ingredients are ripen. So you're never going to have it happen in one place at one time. I mean, all at the same time. So our products will come all the way from Canada all the way down to South America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And are the menus different at each location?
No, it's all the same.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. The other unique thing that we do as a base for our smoothies, and then on a regular basis, we do our own homemade almond milk, and which is critically important. The almond milk that a lot of people buy commercially are engineered to be on the grocer's shelf, the refrigerated shelf, for 2 months, and will actually last 3 months because of all the additives and preservatives that they put in. And there's only actually 2% almonds. By contrast, ours has got 33% almonds in it, and we're simply taking spring water, we're soaking the almonds overnight, leaching out the phytic acid, which is an acid that comes from nuts that stop digestion of nutrients, and then we're replacing that spring water the next morning, adding a pinch of sea salt, a little vanilla extract, and a medjool date, and mixing that up, and then straining it, and that's our almond milk. If you've never tried real almond milk, come and try ours. Ours only lasts for 3 days on the shelf. It does not last for 3 months. So you can see that there's a pretty significant difference. So you're consuming much more healthy. A lot of people buy almond milk because they think it's healthy, and the stuff on the grocer's shelf is not. Much better alternative to dairy, and much better additive to your coffee in the morning.
I'm learning so much today because I drink almond milk, or I use almond milk, and it is from the store. I didn't realize that even when I'm trying to be healthy, it's still not as healthy as it could be.
There's a lot of, on the environmental side, we call it greenwashing, where people are telling a story about, how they're more environmentally friendly. And those are, people are trying to take advantage of that. And on the food side, it's true too, that people are giving a lot of misinformation about food and the benefits and so on. I mean, ultimately, it's a business, right?
Oh, yeah.
For us, we're very focused on avoiding dairy and doing all the right things as far as the menu and the ingredients in particular.
And how often does the menu change, or has it ever changed?
We add and then we drop constantly.
Based on what's popular?
Yes, based on what's popular. Just to add something more interesting. Some of the things might not go as fast, and so we're always looking to change. Our newest items are a salmon toast, a smoked salmon toast, and then a smoked salmon salad. The smoked salmon toast is done on Ezekiel bread, and Ezekiel bread is probably the lowest gluten bread you can get because it has the grains are slightly sprouted and you're not using as much processed flour. So it's very good for those that have issues with gluten. And then we're either putting goat cheese, or another version is with pesto on it. And then we're putting the smoked salmon, a good portion of smoked salmon, a little dill, a nice sauce, and then radishes. And it looks nice, and it really tastes good too.
Have you tried everything on the menu?
Have I? I've worked my way through the menu. Yes.
Do you eat there most days?
I eat there quite a bit. We have a wonderful neighbor in Alpharetta, Chow Baby, and they're just about to change their name to It's My Stir Fry. So, they're changing their name. They're going to have a big grand opening in April. So, Wesley and Michelle are just wonderful neighbors, and we're thrilled to be there with them, and because their menu is very much healthy too. So, yeah.
Is that where you're located, in downtown Alpharetta?
In downtown Alpharetta on Canton Street,
okay.
Right across from Chow Baby, or It's My Stir Fry, and in the Teasley building. So if you know where Coalition is, Brian Pernice's restaurant, we're just on the other end of the building. So, yeah. Yeah.
And so what else do you guys offer besides just coming in and eating in the restaurant? Catering? that kind of
We
thing?
have a great catering program. My son is leading that effort. We've done very large corporate catering, health and wellness days. The HR departments like to do that as a treat for their employees. We've done from 300 to 500 people catering. We do a lot of lunch and learns, a lot of meetings, that sort of thing. We one of the fun things that we've done is we do a lot of catering with the movie studios in Norcross. I don't know if you've ever seen the Netflix show called Ozark. They've done a lot of filming, so their stars and are
Big fans?
Big fans of Kale Me Crazy, and their producers are big fans of Kale Me Crazy. So we've been doing a lot of catering with them. Yeah.
Have you met the stars?
Haven't met the stars, but we had we had Neo into the restaurant this summer in Roswell. We've had Scarlett Johansson. We've had just a bunch of stars come into the various Kale Me Crazies.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could see them being into that since it's so healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all interested in that.
Do you guys do online ordering?
We do. You can call us and pick up, or we have Chow Now, where you can our app. You can download our app and order that way. Or we're also affiliated with DoorDash, and you can order from DoorDash, and we'll do that. Another neat thing that we do for a lot of the high-tech offices here, we do FoodSpeed, which is an app for those customers that are in those office buildings. They have a choice of 3 restaurants a day, and then they can order online, and that's delivered as well.
Oh, I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So what feedback do you hear from customers? You said that at the Alpharetta opening there was like 400 people there?
Yeah, 400 or 500 people.
That's
and
crazy.
it was we've been trying to open since probably August of this year, and people have been really anticipating our opening, and we've been really trying to open much quicker than we did, but thankfully we're open, and people are so grateful that we're there, and now it's all about making sure that we bring the great product that we have always brought. Yeah.
On the Facebook page, I checked it today, and the comments were people just begging, like all across the United States, saying, please bring one here. Or
yes.
There was one woman who said she moved from somewhere in Georgia, and she was coming home to visit, and she's like, I'm going to Kale Me Crazy every day, at least twice a day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys seem to have a pretty loyal following.
We have 30,000 Instagram followers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty extensive, and voted top 10 in the USA Today smoothie bars kind of thing, and AJC has rated us, given us very high ranking too, and so yeah, we've got some aficionados.
Got a few fans out there.
A few fans. Yeah.
What is the most popular item?
I would say the recovery smoothie is probably the best.
What are people recovering from?
Well, that's their choice.
You don't really ask them.
So, and then for that same folk, we also have the painkiller shots. So, and our shots are really good too from a medicinal standpoint. I have the wellness shot, for example. Things like oil of oregano, garlic extract, fresh squeezed ginger, turmeric. Those are all old ingredients, and that people have taken for thousands of years. And last year I got so much feedback during the Tamiflu epidemic that people would come in and have our wellness shot, and they never got a flu injection, and they never got the flu because they took our wellness shot on a regular basis. It's much better for you too.
That's good to know. I don't get the flu shot every year. I always get grief about it. So maybe I'll start doing your version of the wellness shot instead.
That's right. It's much more natural way to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Do you have anything on the horizon? A third shop? Or right now just focusing straight on Alpharetta?
Well, next week I'm going to go on vacation.
Good for you. You deserve that.
So, yeah, no, I'm actually thinking about doing one in Cumming.
Oh.
A lot of people from coming are very interested in having us come there, and so that's a consideration.
I could see that. That would definitely be the next move, I think.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Or Johns Creek, that's the other option.
Oh, yeah, Johns Creek.
Yeah.
Those are good. Milton, where you live,
Yeah, it's Milton. The population density is not
True.
as strong. A lot of large houses and big properties, but not a lot of population density. The population density is important.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining me today,
thank you
Phil.
very much, Kathleen. It's been an absolute pleasure. And for everybody in Alpharetta who's looking for a health and wellness option, it's an option to fast food, right? And it's the right option to fast food. We don't have fryers. We don't have ovens. We're making everything from scratch with a consciousness to absolutely making it healthy.
That's great. So before we go, the secret word to enter online for a gift card is Kale, Kale. And thank you, Phil, for joining me today. Where can people find out more about Kale Me Crazy?
You can go to the website, kalemecrazy.net. It's probably the best place.
Great. And the Alpharetta location, do you want to give that address?
It's 50 Canton Street, and we're Suite 101.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again to the Alpharetta Convention and Visitors Bureau. Don't forget to check them out at awesomealpharetta.com. Be sure to find Made in Alpharetta anywhere you listen to podcasts, including on iTunes. Follow Made in Alpharetta on Twitter at AlpharettaMade. You can keep up with me on Facebook by searching Kathleen Sturgeon or on Twitter at KS Sturgeon. Thanks, Phil.
Great. Thank you.